You know, my grandma, she's a very wise lady, and a lot of the things I say in my videos are actually quotes from her, and I kind of steal it from her. I'm actually going to give her credit on this time. I'm going to give her some credit. Granny, Grandma said something to me as a child that I found very interesting. She said, when there's a fire, people will spend forever looking for a dragon instead of looking for the perfectly good pair of matches on the ground. And by that I mean this, Grandma, she had an 8th grade education. She grew up in the 60s and 70s, and she was a very intelligent woman. And I found that I couldn't understand what she was saying as a child, but I understand it completely as an adult. And that's why I love my grandma, because she had a wisdom about her that a lot of people right now on the right could definitely use and listen to. An old woman who didn't even finish high school, who appears to have more intelligence than some people out there with these conspiracy theories. Let's get into the conspiracy theories that I've heard. Sharpie-Gate. Okay, let me explain to you Sharpie-Gate. Sharpie-Gate is when some people are claiming that the election machines are being gunked up because they aren't allowed to use pens. They've been given Sharpies instead. It's been happening across the country, especially in Pennsylvania. Now, let me explain to you what that is, because I've actually seen footage of this, and I as a journalist, I actually use my press badge. I call around the country, and I ask questions. You know what I've been told constantly? The reason why they're doing this is because Sharpies dry faster than pens. Okay, and I can tell you this with common sense, right? You take an average pen, and especially if it's got it's one of those felt pens. It's one of those real heavy pouring ballpoint pens. It's one of those types. It can take a little while for that to dry, and that can gunk up the machine, especially given the unprecedented voting amounts. Yeah, sure, that little amount of ink doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you start scanning over 100,000 ballots, that can add up in terms of gunking up the machine. So using a Sharpie, you can actually see if you take a pen, take a Sharpie, and you mark it on a piece of paper, right? You mark with that Sharpie. What you're gonna notice is that you can make an indent with that pen versus that Sharpie, and that Sharpie is basically gonna dry a whole lot faster. That's the only reason why they did that. Okay. The other conspiracy theory that I've heard is how there's certainly all these ballots started popping up. Well, those are the mail-in ballots, from what I understand. What I've been told by not only Democrat election officials, but Republicans too, in Pennsylvania. I'm telling you straight from the horse's mouth what I've been told. Okay, now that explains that. The other one that I've heard is that the watchers weren't allowed. The Trump officials and Republican poll watchers weren't allowed into the polls. Not only is that not true, yesterday I was watching a live stream from the amazing Megan Lucas live stream. He's another content creator. And in that live stream, he was showing us that in Pennsylvania, you had one guy claiming, well, they didn't let us into the freaking polling station, but then directly afterwards, you see a selfie. Some of the same people saying that they were not allowed into the polling station, you saw selfies with the poll workers. So how were you not allowed into the polling station, but I see selfies? All right. The other one that I've heard consistently, this is the one that just baffles me, right? Was that it's somehow messed up that we're counting ballots after November the 3rd. Let me explain something to you. I voted while I was deployed in my local election. Okay, I was in Kandahar, Afghanistan. There was a local election that was happening at that time. Okay, and I had to send in a mail-in ballot because at that time, during that last deployment, my final deployment while in the military, I was with the South Carolina National Guard. Okay, so we had local elections at that time, and South Carolina National Guard, our commander called a briefing on one day in the freaking top. He had a big old top, called a briefing, and he said, "Hey, who wants to vote? We have mail-in ballots, and we're gonna mail them in." And we had to. I even remember because I was so upset because I got tired. I wish that they had made like letterheads with the APO APO address, but I kind of get why they couldn't do that. But to kind of write that APO freaking address out when I gotta mail out like 30 other freaking letters to my family and to bill collectors, everything else, and, it just got annoying. So, I remember writing out the APO address for my mail-in ballot. I remember doing that. So, the reason why they were counting some ballots after November the 3rd is because they were soldiers who were deployed in combat. And if you want a guaranteed civil war, you want bloodshed in the streets, deny soldiers, trained killers, the right to vote. Oh, yeah. Oh, they are not going to take that. I wouldn't. Hell no. Hell to the nah. Oh, no, you ain't gonna just, nah. Now, you ain't gonna have me no freaking combat zone. They're gonna try to question my vote. Oh, no. And then, I'm not sure why people were complaining about those votes anyways, because just like with Hillary Clinton, veterans went for Trump 2-1. In fact, most of the ballots are showing that veterans are still going for Trump heavy. So why would you want those ballots counted if you're trying to close the gap in Pennsylvania? I mean, there are some people out there who are so stuck on stupid, who are so stuck on these conspiracy theories. I'm not calling them stupid. I'm saying they're behaving stupid. Being stuck on stupid is suggesting that you are stuck on that, but you can't. But that's not who you usually are. You could be smarter than that. You don't have to be stuck there. You can unstuck yourself. All right. There's some people out there who are so stuck on that, right? Who are so stuck on these conspiracy theories, right? To the point where they don't realize that the mail-in ballots that you're complaining about favors President Trump. Are you that willing to die on the hill to kill votes that help your cause? Are you that deranged? Are you that delusional? All right? These conspiracies, guys, I explained to you why Joe Biden lost. If you're confused about that, go watch my previous video and the previous video before that one. And even the live stream that came on November the 2nd, the day before the election, where I told you Joe Biden was going to win. I told you Georgia was going to play a huge role. I told you the black community was going to play a huge role. I told you that's going to be a problem for you. You didn't listen. You got arrogant. You got cocky. President Trump did not reach out to enough black folk using sensible tactics. Things that I would suggest. But no, you don't want to do that. You want to do it your way. You think that being a celebrity president means that reaching out to other celebrities means that it's going to change votes. The same way that you told LeBron James to shut up and dribble. The same way I'm telling Lil Wayne and Ice Cube and 50 Cent and Lil Pump to shut the fuck up and rap. If LeBron James has to shut up and dribble, then these rappers gotta shut up and rap then. Because I made a video about LeBron James, whereas I criticized him. I said shut up and dribble because of what happened with China. He wouldn't criticize China. He wouldn't allow anybody to criticize China. And therefore, that's why I said it. I'm actually consistent. I don't care about what celebrities think. Alright, when they had that whole election day aftermath special across the networks, you had people out there saying they're going to move to Canada, they're going to leave the country, all that stuff. I didn't care about none of that stuff. I made videos criticizing those people, and nobody had an issue with that. But all of a sudden, when I'm consistent, when I'm honest, when I tell the truth, now it's an issue. I'm not going to sit here and be delusional with you to support a narrative. Sorry. Not happening. If that's what you want, you came to the wrong guy. If you think that a man who leans to the right, voted for Trump, knowing that will get me hate from the black community, going against the alt-right online, knowing that's going to get me hate from my own subscribers, where's demonic imagery? Open carries a gun. If you think I'm the guy that's going to be fake for you, you came to the wrong channel. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have a rough time here, and I would suggest that you leave. You could just look at me and the kind of daily attire that I wear. You could tell I'm not going to be fake for you. I'm not going to kiss your ass. I'm not going to just bullshit. I'm going to give you the truth, raw and unfiltered. I'm devil's advocate. I say horns up all the time because that's to let you know what you're in for. I make no secret about me being, abrasive, rude, potty mouth. I make no secret about that. And yet, for some reason, some people just don't seem to get that. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have a really rough time on this channel. So, to save your blood pressure, I suggest you go over to Brandon Tatum or Candace Owens or what do they call her? Red Pill Black, Candace, or well, you can't go over to, who was that? The conservative thug. Who was that guy? Can't remember. Oh, King Face. You can't go to him no more. And I think we all know why. If you don't know why, look it up. Look up King Face, HIV. The conservative thug. So, you brought in all these conservative thugs, these red pill blacks, these Blexics, these Officer Tatums. You brought in all these people, right? And not one of them could help you. And yet, had you listened to people like me, you wouldn't be in this position to spread around conspiracy theories to explain your loss. So, I'm going to keep making these videos. And I decided that I wanted to make at least one polished video a week, like with a lot of animation and everything. But this format, maybe I get like a better camera, better microphone. I like this format. I don't script my stuff. I don't need a script. Unlike some other content creators, I don't need a script. I stutter, but I don't do so bad. You guys don't seem to mind, so I'm gonna keep putting these videos out here. But the one thing I want to close out with, guys, just don't look for a dragon when you got matches right in front of you. Okay? Stop grasping at straws. You sound like Russia-Gate right now. You sound like CNN. You sound like Russia. And Russia has basically become Sharpie. Sharpie-Gate is for goddamn ridiculous. Oh my God. Stop it. Alright? It's time to stop. Where's Filthy Frank when you need him? It's time to stop. Sharpie-Gate. That's what you came to me with. Stop it. Like Michael Jordan said, stop it. Yeah, that one. That freaking meme, stop it. Get some help. Yeah, that one. Stop it. Okay? Anyways, guys, I love you all. Alright? I'm a rude motherfucker, but you know what? I wear demonic imagery. I don't hide it. I don't apologize for it. And I'm never going to apologize for it. That's who I am. You want me to be somebody different? You're asking me to be somebody different. If you want somebody different, I suggest that you go to somebody different. Because when you come here, you can get truth. Still love you, though. I love all of you. Mwah. Anyways, guys. Horns up. Peace out.